supply chain management is pretty good, and that their supply chain finances are managed in the perfect way, in the most perfect way possible. So, what advice would
So a
you
lot of things have
give us?
changed actually because of the pandemic. A lot of things which we thought are not like that anymore. If you see, the supply chain also has been hit because of that, because there has to be everything has to be online. You basically, for startup, my advice would be that try to have as much use of software as you can. Try to digitalize your processes as much as you can. Try to minimize the use of cash as much as you can. There's so many offers of you can now pay everybody. Even if you want to pay 500 rupees, you can probably pay through wallet accounts which can be opened in just 5 minutes from your mobile phone. So with the I hope you've heard about the Russian digital accounts which the State Bank has allowed and the banks have opened. So that's actually internationalized our transactions. The people sitting out of Pakistan can send or get money out of that immediately. So a lot of things have changed in the market, and they're changing. A lot of fintechs are coming up in the market. A lot of digitalization companies which are working in different sectors, different processes are actually coming up in the market. So if you are a startup, it actually saves cost, it increases efficiency, it increases your turnaround times, it reduces the human error part of that. The chance of mistakes are reduced in that. The chance of fraud are reduced. Of course, there are security issues when you're working online. There are cyber security issues which you have to take care of. People are ignoring them in Pakistan at the moment, but it's very important to get a good cyber security system, because your system get level, so you are prone to attacks from all over. So that has to be worked on. We're not working on that as much as we should. Anyway, so I think for startups, so you should basically see what your consumer wants now. You should see what your supplier, the terms your supplier wants now, and you should probably modify your business plan, or if you've already started, modify you update your business plan, your company's dynamics with the changing conditions of the pandemic, which have developed after the pandemic. So unless you change, and your business, any business you're running, it is very important to keep it to make it very dynamic. It should be continuously changing. You should not shy away from change. It should, your businesses, your processes, your styles of management, your styles of working with your suppliers and your buyers, your everything has to be has to keep everyone needs to be updated with the new requirements of the market. So unless you do that, you'll be outdated, and you lose business, and you can't grow to the extent you want to.
Okay.
So my advice would be just keep updated, get as many uh, you should basically look, it is very important for people, and it is very easy for actually for people in countries like us, like ours, we can follow the examples from the West. But they're more developed with us, they're far ahead in technology. So, and technology, believe me, it is not very expensive when you see the benefits it gives you. So there's no harm in replicating what has been tried and tested in the West and in countries which are ahead of you. So see how they, if I, for example, want to run a retail company, an e-commerce company, it is very important not only to see the local market and the local dynamics. Of course, that is very important because you have to run your business here, but see what was done in similar markets earlier, what mistakes they made, and with changing times, what developments, what new technologies are they bringing in their business. A lot of people I know, they say it is very expensive, the software is they're making is very expensive, and we can't afford it. So a lot of cheaper versions of the same softwares are actually are probably available or can become available. Pakistan's IT HR is probably one of the best in the world. So if you don't have it right now, go to an HR company, meet somebody in Lahore or in Karachi or Islamabad, and just ask them, I want this is the input, this is the output, I want a software like this, and they'll actually make it for you. And your software might be better than the software which had costed millions to people otherwise around the world. So they just have to get out in the market and keep trying new things. You can't just be monotonous in your business. You have to just keep going, see what others are doing. That's a continuous process. If you're running your own business, even in startup, you have to give everything to your business. And one of the most important thing is to keep updated, to keep trying new things, keep changing your business dynamics, keep exploring new things. That is, I think, very important.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, Mr. Umar, my last question to you is this: that we're basically doing double majors in marketing and finance. What advice would you give to such
Okay, great.
students when they are searching for jobs? And what changes do you notice in the technology that you would like to tell them about, considering that the pandemic isn't being very easy going on them? So,
Okay. So I have taught students who, of course, at BNU, I'm teaching bachelor students right now. In when I was in teaching at LSC, they were professionals who came and I taught them. So one thing which is missing from our academia and which all of us have to, it is very important for us to work on that, and it's missing from academia globally actually, is that the students have to realize that whatever they're studying, they have to know the practical side of it. Because when you go out in the market, a person, if I'm an employer, I would like to hire a person who's useful for my business. I may care for the school you've been through, the degree which you have a master's or a bachelor's. But in the end, in the end, basically, I would like to have a person who would be useful for my business. So you have to, and it is a must now, that you should possess, you should learn skills that are demanded in the market. You know, I'll tell you a few very simple things. You do a lot of projects in your bachelor's and your master programs. Excel and PowerPoint are two skills which are probably they're very simple skills. The markets are changing, but at this moment, it's very, very important. I was when uh, I was a banker till 2018 December. So when I came out of the bank, when I came out, then when I was in the academy, I was working as a consultant for the companies. I have basically realized that a lot of skills which were available to me to learn in my universities or otherwise, I did not learn them at that time. I was too busy cramming up and preparing for my exams, or getting good grades and stuff like that. So I missed out on the skills which were needed in the market. And people with me who probably did not have very good grades, they were learning those skills and they were actually applying them at some stage. So you Excel and PowerPoint, you have to be masters of it. I'm not saying you have to learn every aspect, every component of Excel, but to an extent that when you got in the company and you have to make spreadsheets and when you have to make presentations, you should the art of doing that. So in business schools, I'm sure you're making a lot of presentations in almost every semester you have in every subject. So do not just do it as a procedure that I have to get grades, and you should learn every presentation which you make should be better than the older ones. You should know what was missing. You should see what other students have made. You should pick out the good points out of them. You should go to the internet, see what the good presentations are. You should I was very fond of uh, making financial models. Financial modeling was one of my favorites, which I never had time to. I had reviewed a lot of them, but to make financial models, to be an expert in them, I couldn't do that. So after I left, a lot of people had told me, you shouldn't waste your time on that. But I attended a few courses on financial modeling, and that has actually paid. I'm doing financial modeling for a lot of clients here in Pakistan. So financial modeling is basically done by chartered accountants. But in a lot of cases, I think I can do a better work than them, because I have actually learned those skills, tried to learn those skills. I've actually made an effort to learn those skills and make my models more efficient, more aesthetic, more informative, more actionable. So one, skills you must learn. Skills requirements are changing in the market. So okay, for instance, there are a lot of people who at the bachelor's level who want to start their own businesses, or who are thinking that after I graduate from here, I'll start my own business. Why wait to graduate? I know you have a lot of time. You get on weekends and part from studies, unless you have your exams on. So why can't you start a business now? If you have an online, if you want to start an online business, now is the time. And so even if when you enter business school in year one, you may not have many skills, but start your business, get your ideas on ground, on paper, then start doing that. Find partners. The partners, the skill level which you can find at your school, you may not be able to find those people after you get out of the school and you work in some office or somewhere. So there's so many people, there are only so many skilled people around you. This is the time to find your partners. This is the time to realize if you want to start a business, start it now. And by the time you're out of school, your business should be at some place, or you have probably failed in 2 or 3 businesses and started your fourth one at that point in time. But you have actually learned from your failures in the first 3 businesses. So at that point, you'll be in a much better position than a person who's waiting to pass out from the business school and then start a business. Probably it is possible that at that point in time things are not right, or something like COVID has come up from there. So your another year will be wasted. So do not waste your life. Do not waste a single minute of your life. Start doing your if you want to start a business, if you have that in you, start doing it now. If you have some passion, if you have interest in something, start doing it now. So if what I say to my students is, usually, if you enjoy doing your work, whatever work you are in, whatever profession you are in, if you're actually enjoying doing it, there's nothing like it. You can excel. Sky's the limit. So try to find a profession which you enjoy. Try to get skills of different field. Do not be too focused. I want to become this. Okay, it's good to be ambitious and focused, but there might be times when you pass out from here, or that business might not work in the environment you're living in. So you should have a few choices, which should be related, but you should be passionate about them. So I would advise that whether it's a pandemic or not, start thinking about, cross that thin line between thinking and planning and actually doing it. If you are interested in companies, why can't you take out 10,000 rupees from your pocket money, invest in the stock market now? So you have to do it now. You have to think out of the box. You don't have to follow examples. Just know what your passion is and start doing it right now. That would be my advice to every student. If you want to become a chef and you're a business student, go start cooking. Make a Facebook page. Start selling your dishes. So that would be my advice to all students in LSE and across Pakistan.
Thank you so much. Thank you